There it goes. It took forever. Okay, so this is a dev vlog. So, gonna start by telling people, um, yeah, I've been a little slow the last couple weeks because I lost another grandpa. He had a stroke. Well, so my last grandpa. That's two this year. I had a stroke, went to the hospital, got COVID. So I think technically that might have been what did it. I don't know. Anywho, that's important because when you're the only developer, when you are the team, then any personal problems are actually development problems. Anywho, so here is what we are working on today. I am still looking for solutions to the team problemo. Got some ideas. So with the GUI conversion from NGUI to the Unity built-in, so many little things have come up, which just shows how good NGUI is or was or whatever. It's just not quite right for what I need right now. And if I missed your message on Discord, I'm sorry. I got way too many messages, and I don't know. I am not very social. I don't know what else to say about that. Pure, I think is how you say that. Pure Lindell. Lindur? Sorry if I butchered your name, but what's up, buddy? Sound is doubled, by the way. Is it? Okay, let me see here. Thank you for telling me. Why would it be doing that? Double volume or echoing? And is it just the music or me too? Why? Why did I do that? Let's see here. This is off. No. Oh, my computer is not happy. Oh, okay. It's on your side. Sorry, I should have read the next message. Quincy, what's up? The T-post for the best way to show superiority. That's right, man. This guy, this robot thing, he is showing. He's flexing on us. Okay, so check this out. This is so frustrating. So I set up these enemy units. Okay, good deal. Sound is good. Um, and I may lag here because A, my computer's not the best, and B, that's the problem I ran into. So let's just go ahead and hit play and you'll see. So the frames, when I'm not streaming and don't have other stuff going on, it sits around 600. But if I spawn the text like this, I have T set up to where I just smash it, boom, 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 for testing. And the frames, yeah, wow, they're down to 60 already. Okay, I'm probably breaking up right there. Whew. Okay, so that's not good. I'm so streaming is does a number on it. But let's try some things here. So what I ran into originally, I'm instantiating the object and destroying the object, which causes a, let's see if I can show you a visual. It causes a lot of garbage collection, and what you get is, sorry, there'll be me talking on this, but I have it in a little video. A lot of me streaming is kind of just me recording. Oh, hang on. As always, it's like it's me making notes to myself. And well, here you can just hear what I'm saying. One thing and something else breaks. Yeah, that's so true. So what I did is I ran the profiler, deprofiled. You hit the recording button, and you hit play, and then you hit play, and then you hit the recording, and then you can turn it off, and it'll just stay there. And you see these peaks, the greenish, brownish, whatever color that is. that's the garbage collection. And you see the spikes here in the memory, the red line. So then you can move this little slider around, and then you can break it down and see 405 calls from get position. So I've been messing with how can I cache that, and what things can I do to optimize it. So I have an idea on that. Maybe I may try just would you say concating? You might say concating, but adding vector 3s instead of using the transform, because transform includes scale, rotation, everything that you see on a game object. When you select a regular object like this, you see these 3 values, and I think it has other data. So there's transform. I think I could do some optimization there, but the big problem was the instantiating and destroying the text. So I thought, okay, well, when I hit the key as fast as I could, we would wind up with a bunch of text under here, and I can go over how this is set up. I'll probably link these scripts if anybody wants them. I could just throw them in a paste bin and put them in the description, I guess. I don't know. I'll probably forget to do that, to be honest, so somebody remind me. But I mean, it works. It's just not very good on performance. But I think the big issue is this text, for example. This is the Text Mesh Pro. So it's under canvas and it's in the 2D space, which is ginormous. I think that's to make it really crisp. I don't know. But the problem is if that moves, if it even moves, the canvas has to re-render and recalculate it. And when I hit the key really fast, I got a bunch of, I feel like, let's go to the other scene. It might still be set up to work. I think it will. Which one was it? Maybe this one? Let's see. And what you'll see is a ton of text, and because they have to move, and I'm scaling them for crits, up and back down, and I'm fading them out, it's like if you're gonna do one of those things, if I'm still connected here. Okay, I don't know if that just cut out, but yeah, pooling. So I got some ideas on that. I was looking at good old Brackies. I miss him doing videos. He's awesome. So he talks about some pooling, and this is probably the easiest approach. I'm in 2019.4, and 2021 I know has built it in, and maybe I'll mess with that. We'll see. But he had a link to this GitHub. I might check that out. But essentially all he's doing is just reusing them. So that's what I did in the previous test I just showed, and the screen or the frame rate went real bad there. So let's look at this one. And just so everybody understands what I was doing, and it had everything that I wanted working. And what you'll see is all these combat holders, they get spawned for each enemy. So we have 10 enemies. Wait, I lied to you. 9 for some reason. And when I hit the button really fast, I wound up with 100 to 150 labels, and it went from 600 to 60 frames. So that would be like if you're running at 60 frames, you'd go down to 6 frames. That's unacceptable. So yeah, we're gonna try pooling. I've got an idea I want to experiment with. What if we just take the labels, put them in the scene, and deactivate them under this canvas, and then just pull from that deactivated pool and use them and place them, position them, and do the thing we need to do, because that way they're already in memory. So the thing I'm talking about over here, for anybody that doesn't know, this is you instantiate, which goes into your memory, the game object, and then you destroy it. So then you got to instantiate it again. So the idea is just instantiate once, and that's fundamentally what pooling is. And Quincy says we'll be right back after these messages. You crack me up. Yeah, it cut out a little bit there. I bet my computer's just angry with me. Let's turn that off. Yeah, so this one we are spawning and despawning, but really we're destroying. So let me show you what basically is going on. And I really want to make this into a tutorial because I looked for combat text and it doesn't quite, what I see on the asset store doesn't cover what I want. So in this case, we have the option for different fonts by changing the thing, and then I'll need to do a video showing how to set it up this way. Okay, so we're pointed to that one. I think it's this one. And then this. So I got 3 fonts. We could have as many as we want. I think, I don't know, the way I've got it set up, it might need some optimization. But if we say this, we got our basic font here. And then we've got, what's my frames doing? 30, okay, we're okay on that. And then this one, element 1, is that font. But I really like this element 3. It's not really the style I'm going for the game, so wait. Oh, yeah, doop. It's element 2. You gotta remember to count with 0 being 1. So this one, I think, just looks good. But yeah, this is causing some problems. So let's look at how it works. Oh, and I wanted to point out the thing that was mainly missing from the assets that I found was this. If it's a big enemy, a big unit, you're attacking its ankle, you know, big boss, and you don't see your damage. So we need to see our damage. So, oh, is it being stupid on me now? So these guys go right above their head. This guy, yeah, I think it's working. So if you're looking up, it's supposed to be up there. But if you're looking down, then it's going to still show, even though you're not looking at the head of the target. So, hey, what's up, Rillick? So that was kind of a pain to set up. All I really did was took 30% of the screen height and capped it so that the Y position of the actual 3D object has to start there. So if it was up here outside of this white box, then which this is an 800 by 600 canvas because I don't think we need anything crazy. So if it's up there, then it just forces it down. Yeah, you get it. Will there be a UI add-on later not to display damage? Oh yeah, I was actually going to add that. I think that would be something some people would like. I notice even now the text is a bit of a FPS drop in the game already, though not as bad as you just experienced. Yes. I was super bored. Glad you started streaming. Right on. Yeah, I figured it's been a minute. Yeah. We're not gonna talk about sad stuff. Yeah. So let me show you how this works. So basically, if I get this all sorted out, like right now it works, and I don't mind sharing that with people, but I think it needs to be better with the performance issue. That's not acceptable. And yeah, pooling is the only option, but even when I make sure I only have, what did I end up with, 20 labels, it's still just tanks. So, alright, so the flow here that we have is the main camera has a little testing script. I assigned each of the targets, boom, boom, boom. Then each target has a child. I wasn't sure if it should be on UI. It doesn't seem to really matter with the canvas acting as the camera. I'm used to NGUI where you need a camera for your UI. So this, actually the camera is messaging the NPC, which has a base character. This script is just like a bare bones skeleton, but it's a placeholder. That's what it's called in the main project. So this will point to its child. When I press T, this is what's happening. So it loops through all these guys, and it's going to go from there to there. This one's going to go spawn this, which is, here's where we're getting into the trouble. So we've got to instantiate that, which shows up. I've got the variable hidden, but it would be this one. And then, so that's been spawned from resources. Then this thing will destroy itself. because it has an update. You want to avoid update. So I thought, okay, we'll time it out. So say you were hitting an enemy, you kill an enemy, then you don't need this anymore. So I figured I'd destroy it. But now we're dealing with the reinstantiating and garbage collection. So not sure. I'm gonna do a little more looking at the previous system, because I mean, it certainly worked better than this. Yes. So this script is going to spawn that. So now we've got 2 instantiation and destroying. So that's where I thought, okay, I could just instantiate this object with this child already on it. But the thing is, this child is the text that you're seeing. So if I go like boom, 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 you see how it adds all the text right there. And then this has its own update. So yeah, there's room for improvement for sure. It's just, I think the canvas re-rendering situation is quite the problem. So I have 2 systems set up here, and in this one we're doing the spawn, and then this one object spawns all of these and positions them, and then from there they control themselves with a reference back to this, and this is still referencing that. So there's 4 pieces that are all linked together. And then the other system, what I did is this object loops through all these. So the other way that I was experimenting with, and I didn't, by the way, I didn't see a difference when I just went from each of these having their own update versus this one being the only one that has an update function, which to anybody that doesn't know, update is run, if you're running 60 frames a second, it runs 60 times a second. So be careful what you put in there because it can really kill performance. So I thought, okay, one update, and we just loop through the children and position and change their alpha, and it worked. But then both systems have the garbage collection problemo. So we can take a look at the code here in a sec, but I think this font looks pretty good. So you can see even just that, if I hit it a bunch of times, look at the frame rate. I bet you I can get it under 100. I better not do that. I'm probably gonna crash or something. But yeah, okay. So, ooh, hold up. Let me see. When these time out, they're gonna destroy themselves now. And then let's see what happens with the big target. I need just this guy. No, it's not doing that weird thing. Okay, cool. And on to the code. Alright, let's say werewolf form plus fast speed weapons equals shopping list of numbers. Yeah, that's a good point, Quincy. Why can't things be simple, man? Jesus. Everybody always talks about the asset store like it's just you go on there and you get the assets and then you just throw them in your game and your game's made. No. I say it all the time, but this is yet another example. Even if you had an asset that did most of this, like if I made this an asset and put it on the store, you still got a performance problem. So it's always something. I wondered what your thoughts are on the ability and combat toolkit are. On the ability and combat toolkit. I need to look at that one. It's 50% off. Looks like it makes combat so much easier. Wanted your opinion if it's cell framework. Well, for me, it's not gonna work. So, it's just, you know, being that this is networked. When you throw networking in, you got a whole bunch of things to think about and consider. But let's see. Wait, no, we want to go asset store. And what am I looking for? The combat toolkit. Oops. Let's see. Don't know which one you're talking about. Oh, wait. Ability and combat. Just link it to me on Discord, Relic. And we'll look at it. But I think it's so hard to say with these assets. Hey, at least it's more stable than Diablo 2 Resurrected servers. That's funny. First one. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez, I see it now. I don't know how I missed that. Sorry, buddy. I'm blind. Let's listen.
Today is your chance to get the
Ears.
combat tool.
Ow. I have the volume turned down for you guys, so it's probably not horrible on you, but that was really loud. Let me say that again. Fix Duskblade on Iowa. New here. Are you using third party for networking or did you make your own? If you're using third party, which would be best for MMO style game? I am using SmartFox. I like it. It's that's a very what do I want to say, hot issue. I don't know. Nobody can seem to decide which one's best, and there's a lot of back and forth. I say SmartFox is fine for what you want to do, an online game. I don't know its limitations. The most I think we ever had was 97 people on it once, and nobody's told me anything if there was a performance issue, yada yada. So I would recommend it. The problem is that the documentation isn't great. It's very frustrating sometimes, and it's in Java. I don't like that. Um, all in all, it's not bad. But yeah, I'm using SmartFox. However, you kind of end up having to create your own stuff anyways, your own solutions and stuff. So when you say, did I make my own? I feel like it's a combination of, I don't know. That's not fair to say. But you do have to build out your own kind of solutions. So, Zombie, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I don't know, but I did get up early today. I just have no schedule. All right, what are we looking at here, Mr. Rillick? I don't know how loud this is for you guys, but that should be about right. So, I mean, so I see floating combat text, I see particle effect right there, we got animation, there was a nice roll, hard to say what controller they're using, probably a rigid body type thing. We got a health bar, we got abilities down there, you got a health bar, we got a stamina bar. I mean, this looks like it'd be fun to play with. I don't know where it would get you. Like, I can't speak on that. It is what it is, and I mean that in the literal sense that it's gonna do these things. But then when you say, you know what, I want a skill tree to where I can rank up these skills. You're on your own. I don't know what else is built in. Let's keep watching here. Thanks for the answer. You're welcome, Fix. Ooh, see that text? That was super blurry looking at. More vertical effects. Come on, go faster. So this is part of the issue that I was trying to deal. Well, the UI overhaul thing. Stat. So 3D text. If you don't use Text Mesh Pro, and I feel pretty confident in this, but don't quote me because I've only been messing with Text Mesh Pro. It's just so clean, but Text Mesh Pro won't look like that because it's a vectorized situation. This is a rasterized image, just like in Photoshop. But yeah, and I just noticed the number scaled, so we've got crits, I assume. Cast bar, does it say slow? Something like that. It looks like he's got a targeting effect on the ground. I'd be curious if that's a projector or just a flat thingy, polygon. So what did that say? A slow or something? So there's like, but yeah, I mean this could be fun to play with. Yeah, yes, cooldowns. I don't know, ability cooldowns. I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know what that means. But it looks like it has a lot of functionality. Oh, I did see a cooldown down there. Ooh, camera shake, kind of a little much, but I like that. That was a trail renderer. when he swung his sword. That was cool. Sound effects. Okay. So he's kind of got all. I mean, there's those three main things. You got your the animation that's going to play when you attack, the particle effect, and the sound effect. So all is covered there. Then if you were networking, of course, you gotta synchronize that to all the other players. It looks pretty fun though to play with. Oh, nice. That looks like it was a physics kind of thingy. Oh, a little chain effect. All in all, not bad. Relic for 34 bucks. I feel like this guy's done a lot of work. And if nothing else, you could learn from it and build on top of it. But I almost guarantee you'll have to tear apart and redo things. I think that just needs to be across the board. People just need to understand that when you buy an asset pack, know that you will have to pull apart some pieces to insert the things that you want to do. Because of course, no asset pack is going to be exactly what you want, right? So, I don't know. If you were just to put this together and start building a city around it, and then I guess you'd move on to quests and stuff. You could get pretty far with this. I'm pretty sure though, you're gonna want to do, different things like I've got strength and intellect, and I don't know how you would have to integrate that. Like, yeah, I can't say it enough. It's just you'd have to get it and see. But it looks fun. Not much is stuck in the vlogs. Creep. You guys are funny. Okay, so pooling. How we want to do this? I feel like we should look at what Bracky said. Oh, and this other awesome dude I'm sure people know of. He's great. Jason Wyman. Oh look, let's watch this guy. That's funny that it suggested it. Jason Wyman. I bet that's how you say it. I don't know. He's super smart. This guy's awesome. Object pooling. But in this video, he's using 2021, so doesn't really help me, but the principles are there. So in this video, he's using the built-in, and in this video, he's kind of creating his own. The only thing I would need to add is where he's doing this. I haven't used Q before, so I don't really know if that's going to do what I want. But essentially, imagine these are my text labels, right? So say these three are in use, well, say all five are in use, and then this one's faded out, so it's ready to be reused. So move it to the top and reuse it. And that's what I got set up right now, but as you saw, it totally killed my frame rate, and then OBS disconnected, so maybe you shouldn't do that again.
It's just going to be the
he explains it right here.
So each time we move them from the pool into the world, we simply re-add them to the queue. And so if we wanted to go ahead and add a new object, say up here, we would simply take the oldest object in the world, which is this one, and move it from that position into the new one. And we could just keep doing that forever.
So that's the concept, but he uses, I probably should just type this out and mess with it. Because this Q, I don't know how much more that's going to help me. Because if all we're doing is reusing the object, I don't get why we need the Q. Is that just to manage time? Has anybody used it? Anybody know? Let's look at what I had. Kind of see what we got. So what I had done, like I said, I have two different setups. So let's see, this one we don't need open. So it starts from the camera when you hit the, oh wait, not that one. Why did I have that? Oh yeah, I fixed the angle. Yeah, that's not important. So the testing script fires it off, goes to base character, then it comes to combat text, which is on the unit, it's a child. Then this should just be that. Yeah, this is my old stuff for reference. So really it's just the one method, and it's going to instantiate, which is where we're getting into the garbage collection issue. And then we set the parent. I did see that. I think that was hogging up some resources too, so I wonder if it would matter if I put this in the overload up here, and then it'll just parent to that. We'll try that, comment that. I don't think it's gonna matter, but if I do it that way, I may not need to do that line either. That shouldn't be making much difference. So instantiating, bad performance. Get component, bad performance. So what I could do to optimize that, which, did I try that yet? This one I don't think I can get around. We're getting the components so that we can set the next script, Combat Text Manager, and that's the one that goes under the UI, the canvas mask that I decided to put it under. And we just want that object to be able to look back to the original NPC, to the world 3D position, so it has a reference, so it can keep updating itself on the screen properly. So we can't really get around this one. However, and you can see all I'm doing here is if it doesn't exist, instantiate it. If it does already exist, then we don't have to instantiate and get component. We just go straight to the thing that goes under here. And I should have put it in play mode and paused it so you can see what I mean. And then this guy, what I was doing was instantiating again. So it looked like this. And this was, this is the actual label going under. Here, let's just do that. Q, 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 Q. You just like Q because it's your first initial. You're biased. Alright, so now we have a reference. So this right here is what's spawning all those. So at this stage, as I'm walking you through the code here, this is the Combat Text Manager. Well, like I said, there's two systems, so I'm giving you the first rundown, but I'm showing you through the second one, so dumb on my part. Yeti, what's up? Hold up. Hey. We can't help but say that every time I say hold up. He says, hey. Damn it. I can't stop it, Yeti. It's just, I can't. It's a good word, good phrase. Okay, so this instantiation spawns this floating text, right? And we got another set parent. I don't think that's really doing that much for performance, but I did see it in the profiler. It looked like it was doing a lot of calls, or there were a lot of calls from that. Then we got another get component. So this one we could avoid if we spawned this holder in with the child. The problem is we don't know how many texts we need, right? Unless we go with the pool concept, which is what I was thinking. Oh yeah, I haven't tried this. So, or did I? Is it on this one? Oh, I did. Okay, so see, this one has 5 children. So it would be like this, but with only these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the idea is that, okay, if we spawn this in with those, then there's that initial hit on the memory. But from there, we're not doing this instantiation or the get component. So that saves 2 of the problematic things. So that's why that was commented out. Then, I mean, you did see at the beginning of the stream here, it's not running very good, which maybe I might have, I did make some changes that I didn't fully test, so I'll look at that real quick and we'll try it again. So with that commented, I was doing, this line is just to make sure that I assigned these things in here, this list right there, We just need to make sure there's something in there, so really I should probably say return, but whatever. So here we're saying, did I actually test that? Yeah, I think I did. So what I was going for is we start at 0, and then that's going to be element 0, right? So the first time this runs, we're going to refer to ctext list right there, and it's going to be 0, and then we say, okay, go ahead and spawn this text. Or in this case, the text is already there, and all I'm doing is setting it and making sure it's going to move. Then we add to the 0 so that the next time this runs, it's going to point to element 1. So this isn't exactly the same as pooling, I know. It was an experiment, and I feel like it's kind of close enough to see if it was going to help, because we're not instantiating. That was the whole thing, is let's not instantiate and get component 5 times. We'll just pop them in there. The components are already directed to themselves, so we avoided both of those, and it still doesn't work very good. God damn it. And then, of course, if it is greater than the length of the list, which is 5, then we need to reset it back to 0. So once it's gone down, once it runs 5 times, it adds 1 each time right there. And it boom, 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 boom. And then once it gets to the count of the list, which is 5, then we reset, and it goes back to 0. And you get it. I'm over explaining. I do that a lot. Okay, so this and this. And all I did there was reset the position. I know that was new. This, do we need that? I don't know if we need that. I was trying to reset the properties, which would be, yeah, we're gonna mess with the loop thing. So this scene that we were just looking at there, that was the full instantiate over and over in the get component, which currently runs better somehow. That wasn't true last night. What the hell? Somebody broke it. Yeti? I blame you. Today. Yeti. No, Zombie. Zombie totally did it. He's the network guy. He hacked onto my computer and broke something. Damn it, Zombie. The question is, should I mess with the queue? You know what? I should just look at what queue does, huh? That's a good idea. Probably a good idea. Let's do that. So it's Unity Q, no, Q, U. There's too many U's and E's in there. And what did that say? First list. What is a replacement for a list? What is this? Let's look at this. So, okay, I guess it is a collection. Well, maybe I do get something out of that. So you NQ, and then you got a DQ, don't you? Or whatever they call it. Yeah, DQ. Okay, so adds an element to the end of the queue, removes the oldest element, start of the queue. So we would do that based on the lifetime of the text, which then, yeah, okay. Then peak returns the oldest. Oh, that's weird. Returns the oldest element that is at the start of the queue, but does not remove it from the queue. That's good. But that, so that removes. Yeah, I've never messed with this. I assume you gotta have the objects in there. Totes my loads. Okay, so as if this stuff and sitting on chest. Dude, I know, right? Once we get this damn UI set up, Yeti's got a whole new world. Damn it, reminds me of that cheesy song. But he does. And then we'll put a bunch more chests that Zombie can go and sit on to make sure they don't float off the ground. I don't know why he does that, but he is the chest sitter. The one who sits on the chest. I don't know, I think we gotta try this. whatever, zombie. IR can English good. Showed you. Jeez. Give me crap about my English. Thank you for I don't want to read all that. Too long. Thought about in terms of garbage collection and stuff, but only have a list pending. Okay, don't know. Documentation place, maybe some of that. Just point me to the docs place. Google. No docs. Okay. Sure. That's kind of stupid. Did I see stay length? No. Show me yada yada. Q in there. Q. Okay. I probably should have researched this a little bit before streaming, huh? Yeah. Oops. Oh, you're English. Oh. About to open it now. Ooh. We really should stream more often in the Rain Discord so we can all look at each other's screens. English? We have no need for English. Alright, let's do this. Let's just kind of look at our man Bracky's code here, because he knows what he's doing. And this was making sense first time I watched it. Well, I kind of scrubbed through it, but let's see. So he's using a dictionary string. Oh yeah, he was doing something with a tag, and then a list of pool, which serialized class would fit for my combat properties because it's serialized. Then, so this would be combat text in my scenario. Then we'd have that game object. That would make sense. And then that equals, so he instantiates it. And then what is he doing in the loop? Oh yeah. And then at the end he goes and changes it. Spawn from pool, and he uses interface in here, and he uses my favorite thing, the singleton type pattern with static. So this is actually a good example for me to mess with. Alright, so he's doing active position rotation, so effectively resetting it. I mean, does this improve performance? What the hell? Let me see my thing again. I don't get why the frame just went to shaw. I know, right? Bracky's was awesome, dude. And let's all just go back to basics. Point and grunt for communication. Go and see. Yeah. See. Text. Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. I can work with that. We should do that. Me too. It made Unity much easier to learn. Dude, he did. He's a great teacher. Alright, let me see what I done did here. If we took this out, does it behave properly? Wait, let's do one test with it. I just won't go crazy. Hopefully it won't crash. Make sure it was working, and then we'll see what I break. Okay, text goes up. And stated to video is for C text manager. I'm reading my log here. It's a little note for me. So, oh boy, that's an update. For C text manager to not update okay. Dude, it just stays at 60. Oh god, I probably just ruined the stream. I'm probably cutting out again. God damn it. Something I did in here. I'll fix it while we're DC'd, because I bet it's gonna DC. I don't know. You still hear me? What the hell did I do? So it'd be this one. Let me see, what did I do in here? Yep. All this coding. I see all of what's going on. Ooh, you see all the internal workings. All you, buddy. Have at it. Fix it. Because this is pissing me off. I really didn't think it'd be that complicated. And in theory, it's not, you know? Moving an object, fading it out, scaling it up and down for a correct. I mean, it's all pretty basic in theory, but boy, once you get into it, so many details. Just realized I've been watching for 8 years. Wow. Dude, I need some kind of award for that. I'm really wanting to go forward with the NFT thing, which, you know, non-fungible token, which is a unique item. You hear about it in crypto. I signed up with a distributor, Ultra.io. They're awesome. I talked to them the other day, and we've got so many things that are lined up and ready. And essentially, it would be, you deserve a unique item for 8 years, man. Tolerating my shit. Jeez, what a trooper. Where's that damn debug? I thought it was in there. What? Combo text label. Okay, I put it in here. So, what the hell? Oh, look at that. There's our problem. This is running repeatedly. Okay, so that means that's what I didn't test. Here, let's walk through this real quick here. So if we kind of collapse it for just general overview purposes, we're not worried about this crap down here. And then there's a bunch of space in there for some reason. And just put this comment up here, and there you go, because this is kind of, this variable's only purposes for that. And let's just hide that. Well, I might want to look at it. Whatever. So there's really only these 3 functions here, right? 3 pieces to it. We got a handful of variables. We got our list. This is what we're going to clone. Make sure it stays on screen. We have a timeout. I'm going to look at that. These I might go back to because I think you could probably gain performance by just adding to a vector 3 in place of lerping the position. That might be more efficient. So on start, when this gets instantiated, we're gonna just get the max high and then set the destroy timer. Then we're going to make sure we got our camera and make sure we know what to look at. Then we're gonna convert from 3D to 2D space so that it stays on the, or goes on the screen. Then we make sure that we have things in the list. The count is greater than 0. Then we're gonna only this converts to a boolean. If the position is greater than 0, then we know that you're supposed to be seeing it. It's in front of the camera, essentially. And if it's not, then we don't want to show it. So now for each in the list, I still want to add X so that we can have text that arcs when you hit them and goes off to the side, which might be, see again, vector 3 would make more sense. But all I'm doing is a mathf lerp from the y, current y, of each child. So say just we're on element 1, we're looking at that child, take its current y, and then take this transform, which is the parent, and then we're gonna just add a offset. I think I put it at 5 or something, and we're just gonna lerp from wherever this position is to 5 units above the parent. Then we got the speed and the time, blah, blah, blah. Then we set that to a new vector. There's a whole bunch of use of transform, I think. It doesn't look that bad. I don't know. But this is, if you hover over it, it tells you it's a getter. A property. That's the correct term. But anytime you have to get, like a get component, you know try to minimize that. Hocus pocus, finnery, binary. Your coding is fixed. No need to think. Oh, man. All right, well, I won't. Thank you, I guess. But thank you, I guess. I want an NFT for you. Yeah, I'm excited to get this back on track and get them NFTs all figured out. It's gonna be cool. And I mean, Steam is great, but we really do need a better. Um, we need more game distributors because Steam just has such a monopoly, and they just do whatever they want, and I just don't. Yeah, I bitched about that before. Um, and gotta love some good lerping. Hell yeah, buddy. I think we should use some tweening binary or libraries to make things a bit easier and more readable. That's a good idea, actually. Off the top of my head, I'd put it in the utility script. I'm sure you've poked around in there before. But that's not a bad idea. Alright, so we're doing this lerp is for position to move it up, and then this was to scale it down when you get farther away. I wanted the text to get smaller because that enemy could be just teeny tiny, but the text is huge. So I'll probably still add that back in. And I had it down here, so I just put it at 0 just so that this, I didn't have to redo this. And this is for the critical, so we're gonna see if we need to grow it, and then if we are growing it, then we just lerp the font size to the maximum size of the crit, and then we toggle that back to false, and then the next loop, because update's basically a loop, so yeah, I think of it that way anyways. Then we're going to shrink it back down to the original size that I cached on start. And then if it's not a crit, we just, this was needed for the camera distance, which this isn't being used. Then we've got our time, which is to measure or fade out the alpha, but we're not going to adjust that unless it's visible. And the point, the thing I started with was talking about only check to see if position has changed. So if this transform position does not equal the position calculated up here when we convert from 3D to 2D, then we update the position, which is supposed to help with performance. But I'm betting this makes no damn difference because the canvas has to keep re-rendering and yada yada. So that's why I have this pushed to the side, because it can probably be removed. Now then, if it's a large unit, this is where I force it on the screen, and that's just by creating a new vector, keep its existing x and z, but use the new calculated height, and then we set the alpha so we can see it. So this could be in the process of fading out. And if you can't see it, it's behind the camera, then we just set it as 0. Now, this is our culprit. Yar. Now you're all caught up. Boring shit, eh? I actually think it's fun, but it's, I don't know. Not for everybody, I guess. So, this is looping, which we know because we've got, well, so I hit the button once, and it goes from, I don't know, let's just say it was 600 frames. It is when I'm not streaming. And then it goes down to 60 and it stays there. Because in this scenario, my goal was to not destroy them so that we could treat them like a pool. But you can see 36,000 times this came up. And that debug is running from this method, which is right here. So there's our debug, right? So we need this to shut up and stop doing that. I'm betting that is the biggest tax on this. So how do we want to deal with this? So what am I saying here? I'm saying if the time, this is the time in seconds since start of the game, if that's greater than or equal to, I use a little timestamp on anything I'm timing. Usually I use time.realtime since startup, but whatever. Close to the same damn thing. And then we add the lifetime. So if, say, the game's been running for 10 seconds and you're going to spawn some text, then this gets set when we spawn it to 10, and then the lifetime, say it's 2 seconds, so 12. So if the time, say the game has been running for 13 seconds, then this is greater than the 12 seconds right there. So at that point, we need to stop and reset it so it can be reused, and that's where I screwed up. Okay, we could do like, how about oh yeah, see, I was gonna mess with that and left myself a note about Bracky. And originally I was destroying it, right? But we're gonna try to avoid that so that we can try to utilize the pool. So we're gonna have to say something like, if the label dot is in, I think here, if it is initialized, how do we stop this? Is it active? If it's active, yeah. Okay, I think that's why I put that variable in there. I kind of just stopped right in the middle of it last night, which I don't recommend that. Get to a stopping point. Alright, so we're using this variable. Yeah, see that? I knew what I was thinking. I just should have finished the thought. Trying to do that. Alright, so this begins false, and then when we initialize, gotta make sure that's true when this is true, I guess. And we're not using, I almost feel like we probably could just use the is initialized, but I think we need to separate it here for this scenario. So is active, I guess it could go there or down here. What do you think? So when the text gets fired off, we receive what's going to be printed, whether it's critical. The spread is for the arc text. We'll use that later. We check to say if it's not been initialized. If it has not been initialized, then run the initialize, which is this crap up here. And this is just to select the font. Then we just make sure that we have the label that we're going to modify. Cache our stuff, do that. Stamp the time it started. Then initialize is true. Then it continues here. Actually sets the text there. I don't think it's gonna matter, but it feels like it should go down here. Looks like that'd be more appropriate. I think. So that gets turned true when the text is done or doing its thing. Then it gets turned off in the reset, which now shouldn't loop because it would be false. After it's run this becomes false. So on the next pass, it's going to say, oh, nope, that's false, right? It's actually pretty hard to stream and program. If anybody's tried that, you'll know what I mean. It gets a little confusing. Hang on. What's it going with us to here? Let's try whatever this is. I do like that, but I don't really want to listen to that right now. What's this? Let's see about this. Alright, let's try this here. I hope it doesn't blow up. Don't blow up! I'll get ready with the play button. Hey. Okay, we're not at 60 frames. Okay, that's good. So now let's look at what's going on. So in this scene, I've kind of put it in order. So the camera is 1 because that's where it's going to begin, the test script. Let's move this over here. Man, I need something with a little more tempo than this. This put me to sleep. God damn it. I'm really trying to avoid those damn copyright emails. What is this? Better. I never can find what I want to listen to. Duck and cover. The ABC Toolkit is very modifiable. You can use it alongside Game Creator. It comes with customizable stat management and character creator and can be integrated into any project in a few clicks. Sounds like you just read that from their pitch. I'm not believing it. We'll see about that relic. I am curious. I do want to actually see it, but they all say that, and technically it's true. It can be, but it's just what do you got to do to make that happen? And Sabaton, what does that mean? Pure? I think I'm saying your name right. I'm thinking Pure Yan, the MMA fighter. He's a badass. That's how they say his name, and yours is spelled the same, so I assume it's Pure. Pure. That's fun to say. Alright, so this looks like it's holding 150, so wait, let me try that again. It looks like after we hit the test key, frames drop, and then they stay dropped. That's not what I was going for. So I may need to mess with DQ. Chris is getting all Frenchy on me. I don't know how to read that. So we're holding 400. Well, it's a Unity extension at its core. And we'll see. Okay, look at this, guys. This is stupid. So 400 frames. When I hit the test key, we're gonna see children pop up under here. So again, the order: camera, test key, goes to each of these enemies, and then they go to they're gonna spawn something under here, and then we lose performance. Oh, well duh, it's because they don't get destroyed. Yeah. So the question is, which is causing more of a performance hit? The first script or the second one? Okay, here we go. I'm hitting the button, and now we drop down to 140, 150 we'll call it. And then these don't destroy. And like I was saying, these have the update that is calculating the 3D space for the little pretend enemies to go into this white box, the 2D space. So that maybe it's either that or whatever these guys are doing. Hey, it's probably these guys because there's 5 times as many. And what do we got? Do we got 9 or 10? 9. I should just make that 10. Interesting. Okay, I got an idea. What if we, that's actually a significant increase. I think it's the labels. Oh, wait, we're getting no refs over here. Probably don't do that. Let's just delete those. Because there's more of these, I'm gonna guess that update is the bigger culprit. It's not initialized. Which one? Let me try that again. Okay. Breaking stuff. Hold up. Try that again. Panzer Kampf. Yeah, I've heard that somewhere before. Dolly Parton, what are we doing? Seriously, what is going on? Everybody just say a weird word, I guess. I don't know what my pick would be. I think we were watching some nerd do some coding. Quincy. Fair enough. I'll take it. Acceptable. More like watching a nerd try to figure out why the code is not just cooperating. God, I guess we gotta dig into the Q thing and see how that works. Because this didn't work. So, let me just kind of reiterate in my head here. Essentially, we're spawning these guys. Can I? Ooh, yeah. Wait. That wasn't good. What's up with that delay? That's not good. Hold on. Okay, so it should be on number 3, which would be 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, makes sense. So is this okay? Initializing active, both false. What about this guy? Okay. That's weird. When I hit T, it's just up here. So, and it's delayed like a mofo. I see things moving, but so it's not being reset properly. And either way, I'm gonna have to deal with this whether Q helps or not. So let's just see what is going on here. What did I miss? Thinking. So this is going to go to the next one. It seems to be doing that. Oh, you know, I've been meaning to try a bigger number just to see. Because I'm okay with like 5-digit damage numbers. Like, in the end, when I get it all balanced, I want a big crit to be like 10 to 20,000. And some people like smaller numbers, but yeah, that's about where I want it. And I know right now it can be way higher than that, but we won't talk about that right now. Where am I spawning it? Testing. This one. And make sure we're out of play mode. And over here, let's just do random range. So I just did that, and it's okay. Total hit is this and this. I got a different keyboard. I wonder what it looks like on the camera. Yeah, it's really weird looking, man. Like, it almost looks like 3D glasses when you do this. You can see the red, green, and blue. I don't know if it's just a low rate or something, but I got a keyboard without a numpad, and then I got a separate numpad, and it's really messing with me. But I needed more space for the mouse. Alright, we're gonna try that, and then see if it fits in the text field. To this, we're gonna just do once, in theory, then this. Floating text. Okay, that's not doing much, so I think this is working as intended. Then the only thing would be, oh, you know what? With the active variable, we could just say if it's not active, then don't do anything with it. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. I like the damage numbers on an old game called Repels. Big numbers. Yeah, like Diablo 3 gets into the freaking trillions, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, Repels, I've heard of that. Somebody told me about that. Maybe it was you. Okay, let me try this mix. What is this? Oh, this first song's called Satan Wave Nightmares or something like that, but yeah. Oh yeah, I like this one. Well, this mix. Whatever it is. Yeah, let's try this variable, but now how's that gonna work? So if it's timed out and it was active, then we reset. That, yeah, that's not working properly. So before I try to exclude those, I should do that first. And that would be, oh, hey. It could be a factor. I feel like we need to say, if it's active, then do the thing, right? And then if it's not active, that goes all the way down here. Right, even further. That would have solved the first problem. What is this one? That's what I need. Alright, so with this, now this line isn't necessarily needed, but it's not going to hurt anything. So now we're saying if the text is active, then lerp it. Push this aside again so I remember to look at that. And then deal with the crits. Oh my god, I can't get Visual Studio to do the formatting I want. It's pissing me off. And oh, that's no good. The font size caching is gonna be messed up. Is that the only one that's gonna mess up though? Timestamp would be the same, I think. I still wonder about this one. Let me push that out too. I don't know about that. Damn you with your stupid formatting. You hate formatting. I always get lost in those brackets. I know, right? I mean, I have a way that I prefer it, but Visual Studio won't let me. This is as close as I can get it. It's either going to be like this or like this. And that's pretty much, well, or that, yeah. I want it like that. I know that bugs people, but whatever. Damn formatting. Alright, I think this makes sense. So only if it is active do we adjust all that crap. Oh no, shoot. The visibility. I mean, if it's not active, it should always be invisible. Should. Doesn't mean it will be though. That could be a problem. What if we just stopped it up here? Could do it like that, I guess. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. So the visibility would only be, or would always be checked, and then we are doing something with a transform. We don't need to be. And we're doing something with the alpha. We don't need to be. I think I'll try it once like this. And then only the active ones check the lifetime. And if they are active, then we stop and reset them. And let's go check over here. And I think we got a problem with this. Oh no, it gets reset. Good. Makes sense. So it only becomes active when we spawn it, and then when the lifetime is over here, this is the only time it becomes inactive. Okay. Right? It's not initially set force to do it again. I really don't know if we need that line though. I feel like we should try that out. We'll do that next. Fuck it. Dang it. I was trying to not swear, but on this stream I need to swear less, and then I could make tutorials for younger people without, cussing. But it won't let me have live chat if it's made for kids. Well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, no, I see why they did that. And me and Relic were talking about doing some tutorial type things. He's gonna help me with video editing because he's goddamn skills. I ain't goddamn skills. I got some basic know-how in OpenShot, but I think it would be good if we did little tutorials and kind of help fill the gaping void that is the loss of brackies. I can't do good videos like he did. Oh, hey, look at that. Now it's working. And we're holding 250 frames, and it's cooperating. Are we correcting on large objects? If I go stand at the bottom, I see the numbers. I look at his head, I don't see numbers. Ooh, I ran out of, okay, so if I hit it too fast, which one are we looking at here? This is that guy. So NPC3 is this one. So if I hit the button too fast, it cycles through these too fast. So right now we're on this index 4. So that's going to be, yeah, the very last one. So I should disable them maybe? That's an idea. So it works fine if I go slow. And you can see that number changing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I go too fast, yeah. Oh, I see what's happening. It's changing the number in the far back. You can barely tell. But we are holding, for the most part, stable on the frames. So that's good. Do I still want to mess with the Q then? And the frames go back to pretty much what they were. Really? Okay, so that active thing helped a ton. Yeah. And then I think it only makes sense to have these destroy, like I was talking about earlier, so we could add that in and then no frame loss. Then what we should see on the profiler, which I would open, but with my computer being so poopy, I don't think I should. Oh, it's on! Look at that! That's probably what's going on. Okay, so let's look at this. How can I make this more visible? Alright, we're gonna spam the button. Boom, 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 boom. And you see that action there. But right there, see the red spikes? That's the garbage allocation crap, the instantiation, I guess, would be that. No? Because they're all there, we're not spawning anything new. What is it? Let's go, let's stop that and go right here. Can I? There we go. Okay, what do we got? Ow. Okay, fine. Just wait. I was just gonna use the shift spacebar approach, but okay. Actually, that would be easier. Let's do that. Okay, what do we got? So, still too high, but at least it's in kilobytes. It was in megabytes, which is horrible. How are we looking over here? Player loop is 22%. Frames, events, yada yada, scriptable, runtime, reflection system, ramper. Yeah, I mean, this is way better. So I guess it's worth trying the Q thing. But I don't see how that's going to improve it that much. Because you're still dealing with the game object. I wonder if I disable it, would that save anything? That's worth a try. Alright, sorry. That's not good. I feel like I'm patient. I'm patient on an operating table every time you say that. 250. 250. Alright, Quincy. Sorry, I was a little slow on reading that, but 250. You be back in 250. Alright? Or maybe 350. I'll give you 350. Alright, so let's try 2 more things, and then I think the Q would be the next step to try to optimize it more. And then at that point, I think I just need to just go with it. I don't know. But the show must go on. So, at some point I gotta find a stopping point. Alright, so the thought was, number 1, we will destroy the objects. Number 2, we could disable. So this should just be stop. Right? Yeah. Yeah, let's just rename that to stop. Well, I don't know, it kind of is resetting. And that line, I'm not sure it needs to be there, so try that first. Then what we could do is disable. I just have to remember to put it back on. Oh, it would turn itself on right here, so yeah, that would work. Would it? Maybe it wouldn't. Nah, yep. Let's see here. Well, I'm gonna try this in 2 phases. We'll do that and then see about set active. Oh wait, we need the game object first, right? And then set active to false. And then you just gotta remember to turn it back on down here. Big a difference that would make, but it is less. Hang on, let's go back over here. Flight. Let's see what happens if we don't use new every time. Do I know flight team? Nope. Is it a channel developer or who dat? I mean, this guy can fly, but he's not on a team, so I guess that doesn't count, huh? Ah! Oh, that's pissing me off. What? What's up with that delay? Oh, okay. You do need to reset those. I wonder if using the keyword new. Does anybody know if the doing new is going to be worse performance than doing like this, going through each of the variables and setting them one by one? I don't know, but you know what, that's a pain in the butt, so I'm not going to do it. That's tomorrow's problem. We'll just postpone that. I'll just leave a little note here. Maybe try resetting each versus keyword new, because it's, you know, it's creating a new thing, so it seems like it would be more efficient to not create a new instance of the class. Oh, you know what you could do? Could go memberwise clone would be about the same. Yeah, that'd be the same thing. Could have a function in here that does it. Reset. Shit. No, because I don't know what I'd. You'd need a snapshot of the values, and then you could reset the values to the snapshot. I'll just block it out and then I can think about it later. But I don't feel like doing this right now. So this would be like take snapshot of values, and that's pretty damn explanatory. But then maybe save the values defined in inspector to a new instance, but then that's going to double it of this class. This is how I program sometimes. I just block it out and type in comments what I'm thinking. Set the current values to the snap. Did I type that right? From above. Well, that's a thought. Don't know how much it would help though. So now let's put this on. This will destroy the objects that are created under the canvas after the timer runs out. So essentially, if we hover over that, you can see if the combat text list is greater than 0, then we do the loop. Ah, shit, that's not gonna work. We need it to be separate, I guess. Yep. We'll just do that. In case I go back to the other way that I had it, but this would be... Actually, this wouldn't be necessary at all. As long as we have children. How are we going to do that? Shit. I had it set up to where it was destroying the children, so it was easy to determine when it wasn't needed anymore. But in this case, we'd have to know that all children are not active. Damn. Could do a counter and then say every time, say if it isn't. Yeah, okay. And then otherwise we do that. Some. Let me try this. How's that gonna look? We'll put something here. This will be the active text or children count. I like to spell it the F out. So we started at 0, then we check our list size, we go down here, okay, and then we say child, if it is active, then we will plus. I like to do it at the bottom of the function for some reason, or not function, block, whatever you want to call it. We don't have any returns, so that'll, what is it, control bracket? Why didn't that work? Oh no! No! Escape. Okay, that's not cooperating, whatever. So this would be active, this will say active children count plus, which adds 1. So we add each time there's an active children, and then where are we going to put this? It'd be down here, we'll say something like if this is 0, then start the timers, we count down using delta time. If it's less than or equal to 0, then we destroy it. So now we just need to make sure we are counting. I guess that could be like that. Right? I might be overthinking this. It might be as simple as just putting that there. And then just leaving that to count down. Probably. Yep. I think so. Don't need that. It would have worked that way, but we don't need it. So let's push this out where it's supposed to be. Doesn't matter in C#, but in Python, pretty sure. If you don't tab correctly, if your indentations are wrong, it won't compile or some stupid crap like that. So it's a good habit. This is playing the story. And I was doing a reverse loop with the destroy. I should notate that. Use reverse loop. Oops. That's important, otherwise you get null refs. So now we got that destroying, and we're gonna try to maintain control of the active state. Yeah, whatever. Holy crap, I can never find stuff that I want to listen to. I think this one's okay. Yeah, I like some of this one. Alright, what's it gonna do? I'm gonna bet some of that object stuff isn't gonna work. Or the active state. That's gonna mess up. And I think we'll get a little more frames. Yeah, I think we're at 250. We're closer to 300. That's good. By disabling them. Now I want to see it in action though. And make sure these destroy themselves. Okay, good. Now let's make sure that they spawn back. We'll go boom, 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 boom. There's a definite problem there though. Okay, pause that. Let's look at this. Hey now, is that working? Alt and then hit the open, expand, and it shows you all of them. Okay, so it is turning them off like I wanted. I don't know about that, but my theory was that if you turn off the label, then you for sure don't have to render it. Even though I have Col when transparent turned on, right there. We'll be extra certain by disabling the ones that are not used. Which one was it on? It was on number 1. So I notice if I use all of them real quickly, all 5, and in this theory, or this approach that I'm trying, each enemy unit or player unit would have 5 labels maximum, and then they're supposed to get recycled. But I'm seeing that if I do it too fast, then the next one is still up in the air and being reset, which I don't know why it's doing that. Because we're resetting the transform. What the hell? We're doing that right there. So how's that happening? And then it goes back to the first one. Oh, hold up. I think I see the problem. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So it's not actually resetting until the lifetime's up. So it's using it even though it's way up here and it needs to be reset. So the only way we could do that, I know I said I was going to mess with the queue thing, but I think this is pretty damn close to as good as it needs to be. So we can either add more labels, maybe that's the way to go about it, but more labels gonna be less frames, or how do we force override it? Shoot. We'd have to be watching this number, and then when it gets to 4, son of a bitch, that's confusing. Once it gets to 4 and goes back to 0, then we'd have to come up here and check it and evaluate it and be like, okay, yo, you're trying to reset the first one and its lifetime's not up yet, so bleh. I guess you could hold up, idea, we can do something similar to that and then check. Yeah. But I think we would want it up here. So the child would already be active. And then if it is less than, then that means it's being reused. Right? The current time is less than that. Ah, I think we need to check it over here. And I think it could be in either of these, but we'll put it in initialize and say, if it was already on, then we could assume, hang on, let me do this here. So, the timestamp was set and label did not reach its full lifetime. If so, then must reset values to reuse the label. Right? I think. Alright, sorry. Can I get a hooray that our politicians over here finally made a good decision for us? Wait a minute. Yeah, you're clearly not in America. Because our politicians are being real bad at that. Jerome, what's up, buddy? Quick hello and keep up the good work. Thanks, man. I've been meaning to call you. I'll hit you up, or call me later if I don't call you. But I've been meaning to call you and say what's up, dude. We need to hang. This is a bootify. Hooray! Yay! Oh, sorry. I gotta do my hair. I forgot I was on camera here. It feels good to itch your beard. You know. Don't know anyone in real life anymore with whom I could share my happiness about that. We are mirrorizing Laguna. Oh, I know not what you speak of, but I'm gonna agree with you and say hooray. Yeah. All right, let's see. Sorry, I was away. I was on a phone call. Gotta go. Got a friend who wants to go for dinner. All right, Relic. I want to check out that package. If you're on in a little bit, I gotta go to the store get some food in a little bit. But I'll see if I can catch you because I want to check that out. All right, how would this work? If we see this, the setup is actually. Oh, that's mirrorizing. I see. Yeah, I don't get why people have been so stupid about it. Alright, man. We'll see you in a bit, Relic. I think weed should just be legal. If people like it, fine. Because it's you know what? I got something for you. Hopefully. I can never find it when I'm looking for it. Bill Hicks on or weed baseball game. He puts it so well. I don't know if this. Let me just see. He has a very good point that I think people should totally should just be like the slogan. I hope this is it. Let me see. I should never have smoked that. I forgot the code. Is it 2 blinks? Yes. Accident. So, anyways, he says something like, if you look at two guys at a baseball game, they serve alcohol, right? And you got the guy up in the stands, hey, fuck you, and the other guy, fuck you, and then they go and fight. But if it was weed, it'd be like, hey, buddy. What? Hey. You know, it'd be like, what's the big deal? He puts it way better than that, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. It's like it's such a less destructive thing than alcohol, but yet it's illegal. It blows my mind. I don't really like smoking weed anymore. Used to like it, but you cannot program when you smoke weed. It's too hard. So I don't enjoy it. Okay. The fuck, man. If I put the how do I do this? Let's throw this up here. Make sure the children are off by default. Oh boy, get a lot of these here. Then if they were, and this is very frustrating, you got the complexity of the code, and then you got the complexity of your configuration in the inspector. But things like what I'm thinking here, instead of trying to calculate the time and see if the thing's being reused, we could depend on its state and say, well, if it was off, and this one's not even using the font styles, I just realized. Yikes. Let's kick that out so I remember looking at it. But what I'm thinking is, if it's off, then we know that it was reset, right? But if this runs and the thing was on, then we know that we gotta reset it. So I'm gonna try that route first. Because that's the simplest route. But see, what I'm saying is it sucks because you gotta make sure that you configure the prefab exactly right. But this would be easier than trying to, in my opinion, it's the easiest way to figure out if it's already been used. Alright, so we're gonna say if you dot, was it active self? Oh wait, we gotta get to game object first, then active self, that one. So this is just telling us whether the game object is on or off. So we'll say if it is false, you can do it that way, or you could say no exclamation point and then do it equals false, whatever. So I like that. And then if it is, if it's off, no wait, hang on. It would be on when it's recycled. If it is on when we try to reinitialize, then we gotta reset it first, right? So stop or reset. I think. Yeah, makes sense. Give it a go. I guess first on right there. This is throwing a stick in my plan though. I mean, hell, if this works, then I just gotta move forward. I guess we'll deal with font styles differently somewhere else, because it's gotta go to player preferences anyways. Gonna set you to mute for now, be back in a bit, and need to test myself over repair gun and pop back in. Alright, cool, zombie. And at some point, we need more player prefs, so that .ini file, we gotta go through it at some point. Just show me how you got it set up, and then since I'm working in this area, I won't create more things that will have to be redone. So yeah, remind me of that. Let's try to take a look at it sometime soon. Now we just gotta update this prefab, and then we go like this, and hope I did it right, and test it. Now what we should see is it working? Nope. Damn you! See how it's like there's a point where it's just updating the numbers at the top. Bastard! Son of a... Alright, sounds good, zombie. I mean, all in all, this is really close. And the frames are holding, so this approach is working. Okay, next simplest answer. We'll just add a few more texts. And I'm trying to think of worst case scenario. Let's say once I get to the point where we can have like a 40-man raid, and let's say you do an AoE heal that's a hot, and it just keeps ticking, then that's 40 labels right there. And then let's say there's 40 enemies and you're hitting them with an AoE, so there's 80 labels. And I found once it gets to 100 is where we're losing 90% of the performance, so that's no bueno. And the only other thing left to mess with would be the vector 3. Let me write that down. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I mess with the Q crap? Do I need to? God damn it. I keep clicking on music that sounds good at first, and then it gets all slow and sleepy. That's a little better tempo. Margin plus equal B3, which we need that for that. Okay. It kind of pisses me off this didn't work. Because it would have already been true. Okay, why the hell that didn't work? Let me listen to this one again. Wait, what? Whatever. That's better. Hey, wait a sec. I may have missed a step there. That turns it off. It almost needs to be recursive. We have to reset and then A. Okay, hold up. I screwed it up. So this is what you call recursion, but we gotta make sure we return so it doesn't loop. So we're gonna run the reset, which is gonna turn this thing off, and then actually that would be what if we put that below? This would have to be down there. So when you do something recursively, you got to be careful because you are creating a loop that could go infinitely. But you can see I'm running this method, then I'm running that method and stopping. Shit, that is gonna loop. I didn't do that right. This would need to be up here for that to work. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Okay, simplest approach there would be... Let me try this. God damn, you stop doing that. Alright, so if it was already on, then reset it, which is going to turn it off. But that's okay because we're going to turn it back on. Let's see what I do. And then... if that doesn't work, I'll just add a few more labels. Then we're going to mess with the vector 3. Screw the Q crap for now. Okay, what do we got? 500 frames and God. Okay. Damn it! You piece of shit. Nope. Fucking goddamn son of a bitch. Okay, screw it. Just add a few more to the prefab. So that did not work. So it'd have to be a lifetime check, which... I mean, I guess that's doable. Let me just think about this 1 second. Timestamp would already be set. And... God damn it. Yo, Quincy. Oop. Okay. Maybe this worked. If we said, what is it going to be? C text properties dot times. Oh my gosh, I can't type when I'm trying to think it out in my head. So this plus the lifetime, if that is yeah, if it's greater than the amount of time played. Let's throw some more parentheses on that. Oops, didn't take the first one. Whatever, right there. Then we know that it's being reused, so it's greater than or equal to time dot time, right? Yeah, I think. Okay, last attempt, then I'm just gonna add more labels. So if that's the case, then it's going to go up here, reset the values. I mean, mainly it's just that needs to be reset. Turn this up off, set that to false, okay. Oh shit. God. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, guys, I think I'm being a tard here. I think it could be as simple as checking this. Oh my god. If it's active when we got it, then we need to reset it. Yeah, motherfucking son of a bitch. Whatever. So if it was active when we got it, then we're just gonna reset it. That would make sense, but... Why isn't it compiling until I click it? That's annoying. Alright, let's see if it'll recycle properly. So I'm kind of doing like I'm fudging object pooling. Nah, you son of a bitch. Still doesn't want to do it right. That's weird. Fuck it. I'll think about that one. So, none of that worked. Dumb. Okay. Whatever. Why don't you compile, you piece of shit? Is it that? No, it's not that. Alright. So we're gonna go loop test, right? That's the one responding. I think double check. Yep, that. Slap that up here. And this is to add two more. I mean, you'd have to hit with 5 labels. The lifetime. Oh, you know what? If I put the lifetime to 1 second, then the only way you could use all 5, you'd have to attack, heal, you know, both probably. You'd have to use 5 attacks in 1 second. Let's do both. Screw it. I just want it to work. Ah, shit. So we can grab all those and set the lifetime to 1. Just don't know if I'm gonna like that. We'll see. See what that looks like. I mean, part of what I'm doing here is trying to make it look and feel the way I want. Oh, son of a bitch. Wasn't supposed to do it that way. I might be able to just delete that. Is that okay? Ah, it still runs out. Why? Why you do that? Okay, this one back here, I think. NPC2. No, that's NPC3. What we got going on here, guy? What does it say? 21 something. 2 1 something. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's like the position is getting jacked somehow. I don't know how. What was I looking for here? So, is it this one? This song sucks. But this one. Which one are you? It's gotta be one of you. Oh, right. That's the correct one. That doesn't look like an 8, but I guess it is. Okay, this label right there. Oh, that would have been easier. Okay, yeah, it is that one. Why are you doing that? I guess this. This initial isn't active. So if we assume reset hasn't run, position is 50. What's this one? 1692 or 14? What? 48, 41. Okay. This was supposed to be on number 1, which, yeah, it's that one. Oh, dude. Psh. Somebody stupid advised me. What the hell? We gotta add them to the list. Alright, that helps. Let's delete it this time. Looks correct from there. Ah, what the hell? So if I hit the button really fast, then it jacks it up. If I go at kind of a slow, steady pace, it's okay. So when I go what is happening there? Wait, let's see if I can pause it at just the right time. Alright, this is on number 5. Number 5. Ah, shit, I would need to see the timestamp and the other thing. How's that happening? Dumb. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna come back to that. This stream's kind of rambling on. Let's try one more thing and then I'll call it good. That is so frustrating though, because that makes sense in my head, but piss me off. So the only other thing that I think might help performance is the whole transform thing that I said at the beginning, which would be over here. And in order to have the text go from one side to the other, where did I have that in the old setup? Well, you know what? Let's just try another lerp. See what it is. See if it's like noticeable performance hit. So copy that, paste that. I think I have the X in there. Yep, I do. And then the lerp speed is in the same place. So to access that, we need to go the same route. There we go. Looks correct. And then instead of transform that, we need this transform. Oops. Alright, so that is going to get the current X and transform. We don't need the X from that object. So that X plus. Alright, yep. And the position, instead of being its current, would be the lerp X. Actually, missing a step here. Okay, so now we gotta back up here and start at the beginning. And what I'm trying to do is have the text go one to this side, one to that side, and just alternate. Actually, you know what? Shit, it's not gonna arc. I don't want to waste too much time on that because it's not really important. I need to get back to testing. There's still, the last thing left on the GUI is the chat window, which it's going to be a pain in my ass, I know that. Resizing it, get emojis to work, and optimizing that as well. So I might just go with the old chat, so I'm going to use the previous NGUI for just chat, and the new, or the built-in GUI. I keep saying new, it's not new. Don't listen to that. And then just sort out the issues that I know I'm gonna have a handful of things to debug, and then deal with the chat a little later. That way we can push forward and get some of the new content in. It's probably the best thing to do at this point. Though it is frustrating when you had something working and then it doesn't work. But let me think for a second. The only way that would work is if we put, where to go? Ah, hell, I don't know if I even have reference to it. It was like, holy shit, this mix is all over the place. And I think it just repeated. But this is a good little beat. So offset now, I think it was this one. Yeah, I deleted it, son of a bitch. Could try this though. Where did I put it? Is it over here? Might be over here. Man. God, this project has so much shit in it. Alright, so if we use a setup like this and we just add to the existing position, but then that causes other problems. But then we can get a nice arc, or we can make the text look like it's going up and falling back. That's kind of, I like the effect, but there's some problems with the position. I will give it one go, and then just screw it and move on. That was mainly for I don't even know what to call it. It was used for 3D text that spawned in the world and not translated to screen space. Which looks okay, but it doesn't account for if you're fighting a boss and the numbers are way up there, you can't see them, so it's really stupid. Zombie now has round sound. Round his bed. Oh, sweet, dude. So if I talk really deep, does it make your subwoofers go off? Is it like shaking the bed? Hell yeah. That's a pretty sweet setup, man. Yeah, let's see here. I don't want to jack this up too bad, but it looks like it would have to be calculated over here in the loop, which is going to make it even more complicated. And then we need to determine whether it's supposed to arc or not supposed to arc. So we'll go like dish and dish. Just put it there for a second. Then we'll start back at the beginning over here. And we'll look at, we'll just do this reference, which is in base character. Which one needs to pass it? Need to pass it along from player preferences. Okay, better idea. Let's go like this and just go to that definition. So we'll make a yeah, we'll just put it in here. So this will represent player preferences for a minute, and you'll have the option to have arc combat text. Then we can access it through this instance because that is a instance of this same class that is static, so any script can get to that. And once you can get to that, you can get to any of these values. You just got to remember to do instance equals this in your start function. So now over here, when we figure out this, we could simply say, holy shit, I hate when it does that. I could say testing dot instance dot our combat text. If that is true, then we will calculate the X position. God damn it, I'm gonna have to change this completely though. So we know that works. No. So do something with these. We need that line. And this is what I'm messing with right now is purely just me being picky about how it looks and feels. But that's important. A lot of people don't mess with that. And yes, I should turn that off now. No, man. I like thinking that I have the power to shake your bed from the other side of the world. That's awesome. Alright, if we did this, we need those variables. Where did I just see them? Let's see, yoink, out of here. And that's the one I'm not going to use, so I don't really care. So what did I have here? Offset. Probably not even going to use that. And that could just be determined based on if that is not vector 3.0, so that's kind of pointless. Whatever. These will probably be removed. Well, those. That is actually the position that we are using. Whatever. That would have to go in combat text properties multiplier. Alright, where would that go? These might all have to go in combat properties. Shit, I don't think I can actually get this to work correctly until I figure out why it's not resetting completely. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, if these values over here, oh, that's gotta be public. works, because I've got, I mean, this offset Y is working. That's what's determining how high up it goes. So this, I know I could make it go left and right, but that's not what we want. How would it look? It would just go diagonal at this point. We need it to be pulled back down to give the effect that I want. So, kind of referring to the way it was done in a package that I bought when I started working on this. The way he did it was, it worked. It works really, it looked good. Shit, then motherfucking son of a origin position. You know, I've said this before a million times too, but the like most of programming is seriously thinking. At some point, it depends on what you're doing, of course, but you get to a point when you're working on something really complicated where 90% of what you're doing is thinking, not typing, not writing code. It's a little frustrating. May not be true for everybody, but it is for me. And so if that is true, then we're going to do the left and right. Son of a bitch, man. How could we do that? Use the X. I guess you could pull it down after the fact. Or plus equal the multiplier there. Would that work? Oh my god, whatever. Just fucking stay there. What is this doing? So it's taking the original position, adding upward, but it could be the X as well. And then once it's added, it minuses. Okay. So that changes it, and then modify for the next update. Multiplier was the -1. Shit. So if this is pushing it up, oh, okay, and then we're diminishing it. This would be a negative value. So whatever the position it's at, we're going to take what's left of it. So we would just reduce until there's nothing left, right? Man, sometimes shit gets confusing. Let's try this. Oh my god, that has pissed me off. Then we need that, delete U and lowercase p. So we're minusing that direction. That doesn't work actually. Son of a bitch. Yeah, this is just gonna be a pile more shit to do. I think I'll just wrap up here and focus on the maximum number of text that we can show. Oh, that's the wrong project. Because that's the bigger issue here. I can deal with my little artsy preferences later. It's so close though, damn it. It's frustrating. And to be honest, partly it's when I'm streaming I can't really focus entirely. Don't know what that's about, but hang on, was that? Yeah. See, I mean, this is so close. The only issue, I mean, I really probably should look at the fucking queue stuff. Why does it seem like that's halfway up? Well, because it is, but... Oh, I see, because 30% of the screen. Yep, that makes sense. Maybe that needs to be a little higher. But yeah, when I run out of the recycled labels, it does that. It gets all bunched up there for some reason. So I think that should, yeah, I'll just focus on that issue. And the frames are still getting hit way too hard though. I mean, we'll say I'm 500 frames, it's fluctuating. And just maintaining that amount of text, which I think that puts us at 150. Let's see how much we actually have on screen. Why do I have 9 units? That's just an odd number. So, how many did I end up with there? 7. We're at 40, no, 70 minus 7, so yeah, 63. I think, Jesus, that's stupid. Only 63 labels, and the frames go down by like 60%. Seriously, like 1 label's worth 10%, or 10 labels rather. What the fuck? Let me see. That's crazy, man. I thought this shit was supposed to be good performance. So if I do 1 unit, and we only spawn for the 1 unit, which one is it? That guy. And the frames are down, cut in half-ish. If I do it at a pretty fast rate. Yeah, okay. That's 7 labels, and it cuts frames in half. The fuck, guys? Seriously. Yo, what up, Mr. Ray Honda? I'm just getting frustrated with all aspects of Unity, and yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on here. Getting pissed off at this point. Basically, 2 things. I got a performance issue that I'm sorting out, and then where's the I want this list. Little preferences and shit. I want to have more flexibility and options with the combat text, but it's like every little tweak, you gotta go and tweak some other shit, and then I almost had it right where I wanted it, and then ran into an issue with performance, and that was the main point of this stream, was just going through object pooling and just to show people, yeah, I'm still working on it due to the damage numbers. Yeah, man. I haven't looked into it, so no. I would think at this point, man, I think what was it I was saying was the biggest culprit? It was the transform, lerp was pretty high in there, and now I forgot. Oh yeah, it was the instantiating and destroying, so your garbage collection. So then, you know, with that being the main issue, I thought, okay, well, let's look into object pooling. which I know 2021 has built in, and I don't have it in 2019.4, but you can do effectively the same thing, and that's what I did, but it has a little unwanted behavior. So yeah, see, if I just keep hitting the button, we got 9 targets, each one can have 7 labels. We were at 500 frames, and we're dropping down to like 150 if I hit it a little fast. So that's just crazy, man. It's gonna, no, that's not acceptable if we're in the build, and I know some zones don't run that well, so 60 frames if you're lucky, and then, Jesus, man, that is fucking ridiculous. Like, cutting it down to 25, no, I don't know. That's not acceptable. But yeah, I think it's, TextMesh Pro is just, you know, it's a nice, very high quality look, but to get that look, it seems like it's pretty expensive, because I'm not really, I bypassed the whole instantiating issue, because I'm just recycling these numbers. As long as I keep hitting it, nothing's getting destroyed or anything. So it just persists, so it's not an issue with instantiation and garbage collection now. So we've ruled that out. I'd say it's down to yeah, just the rendering of it. That's fucking bullshit. You made a new built-in object pool class. Sweet. Yeah, I know. And definitely recommend looking at a dozen though, dude. Having those text bits as entities, etc. You could have those on screen with minimal FPS. I don't see how it'd be any different though, dude. I'll look into it, but I am not seeing how that's going to be optimized. It is what it is. I mean, who knows? Maybe this would be 10 times more efficient in build. But, you know, what the fuck? It's crazy. Hey, Zargo, what up, dude? Oh, I'm probably going to get all sorts of copyright warnings here. Well, don't see any yet. I mean, this, like, to be fair, this is a lot of numbers on the screen here, in my opinion. This, like, it's 9 targets, and you're, you know, pretend you're AoEing, and that's a lot of stuff. And you can't quite attack that fast in the first place. Let me try something else real quick here. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, so, I don't know. I think it's being optimized. Yeah, but does dots apply to TextMesh Pro? I don't know about that. Because I don't think it does. I think it's just in general, it's the game object, but that's not, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is, it's more to do with TextMesh Pro. So, how do we optimize TextMesh Pro? Is there a setting I missed? Is there something on the label? If I look at one of these, maybe we need like maybe play such thing and computer center. So what the hell is this? Visible descender values from visible characters not only used to adjust layout behavior when hiding and revealing characters dynamically. You know, fuck it, let's turn that off. See that, I mean, we're not, I think that's for like, maybe for emojis or something, but, or like, color codes. Ah, shit. I don't think I can turn that off. But, what is this? Kerning, enable character specific spacing between pairs, yeah. Extra padding, whatever. Wait, I need to do them all at once. Holy Ghost, I can kill you if you get too close. Oh my god. YouTube removed the word kill in this song. That's out of control. Oh, yes, it is Slipknot, good sir. I like this song. But that's so stupid they make them remove that word. Wow, people are too sensitive. Holy shit. Like, do people forget that we slaughter animals, like, in the probably billions around the globe and eat them? Like, you kill things. It's part, yeah, jeez. I mean, I'm not saying it's great, but humans do that, and everybody's all sensitive about that and the S word, the suey apple side. I don't even feel like I can say it. It's getting so stupid. Let's just turn off some shit here. I don't know. Let's say it's not maskable, and rich is for, yeah, we want that, and I feel like this is not gonna be good if I turn that off. Parse those and so replace them. I don't think we need that for combat text. I'm just gonna try turn them all off. Fuck it. And then I don't see how else you can optimize this. Health is open wide tonight. What was the other thing I wanted to try here? Oh yeah, the timeout. Let's see. Oops. Collapse all. And if we grab all these, I want to see what happens if we put the lifetime shorter. I'm gonna make it really short just because I'm curious what it'll do here. Yes, they are, Zergo. It's frustrating. Oh wow. Weird. That's even weirder behavior. But that kind of gives me a clue of what's going on with the reset. You can see the alpha, if I let it fully reset, the alpha's barely there with a short lifetime. But if I go crazy to the point where it's overloaded, then we get the full alpha. So that kind of points me a little closer to why that's not, well, why it's misbehaving, we'll say. Let's see what performance says about that. Same diff. Can't win. Don't know. Yeah, we'll just call it here. I'll go check out a video on dots, see about that, but I don't think I don't think it's gonna work. I think we may just have to go with this as is, and I'll think about it later, but the only way we're gonna see this many numbers is in at some point when I get like a nice battleground set up, and if we had a bunch of players, it'd have to be like, oh, what did I just figure? I forgot the current number. Fuck. 70 labels, so 70 players, let's say, and you AoE them, and I don't know. I think it is workable right here, but I get real perfectionist about it, I guess, and I try to build things as future-proof as I can, but this one I just don't feel like Unity's giving me the right tools to do that, so I'll go check out a video and then we'll see. But anyways, yep, still working on things. I'm alive. Things are still slowly moving. There's just the chat window that I was bitching about. That's my big thing. I'm not sure how long that's gonna take. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, dudes. I'm gonna kill a here. I gotta go to the store and do dots. Check that out. So, hi guys. See yas. Bye. Love you guys.